What a win today by the 49ers. That was one of the most exciting games I have watched in a long time. I think the most exciting game that I've seen probably since then was the week 17 game of the 49ers and the Seahawks. But today, what a game. What a insane football game. We got to see Deebo Samuel really take off, get this team back after being down 17-0. They come back. This was a gritty performance. I feel like you got to give a bunch of game balls in this one. Jauan Jennings, huge plays down the stretch. Brandon Ayuk, first game of the season, over 100 yards. Elijah Mitchell has 21 carries for 85 yards. I mentioned Deebo Samuel, but he had like 140 yards today and a touchdown and a passing touchdown. On the defensive side of the ball, I mean, you had Eric Armstead have his best game of the year. He finishes with 2.5 sacks. He was generating pressure over and over and over again. DJ Jones, I mean, the whole defensive line was amazing in this one. The 49ers defense, Ambry Thomas, first career interception. What a spot to have that. And also Emmanuel Moseley, what a time to have a pick. I mean, we talked about the Niners outside corners all year this season, and today this was their best performance. And I think this is probably the best two guys that they've had starting all year, because you had Jason Verrett week 1, you didn't have Emmanuel Moseley, Jason Verrett goes down, and you've been having injuries and inconsistent play. Ambry Thomas has come along. He has been great lately. So you have him, you have Emmanuel Moseley gets another pick. Just what a performance by this team. It was fantastic. Once again, we have seen the 49ers own the Rams. I mean, that has become very, very clear. 6 straight wins. It looked like the Niners were out of the playoffs. It really did. The Saints were up by like 3 scores. The Rams are up by 2 scores at halftime, up 17-3. Niners come out, an amazing first drive. They just keep running the ball with Mitchell, keep using Deebo. And then you eventually see them kind of backs against the wall. Jimmy throws an awful interception that somehow Jalen Ramsey comes up with. I mean, that dude is a hell of a player, but I mean, I don't know how he picked that off. He bobbled it like 10 yards, but bad ball. Comes back after that. They get the defensive stop, and they end up marching down the field and scoring, 61 seconds. They scored a touchdown. It felt like they had no business winning this game. It felt like it was over like 3-4 times, and the 49ers came back to win. Oh, it felt like over and over and over again. And then at the end, I think that's the perfect way to end it. I mean, we've seen how much deep balls have killed this team this year. And then you see Stafford go deep to Odell Beckham Jr., and Ambry Thomas is there, plays the ball better than Odell, and comes up with the pick. That was amazing. Next week, Niners are going to have the Cowboys. But, I mean, this game, I felt like I'm very, very happy that they were able to come away with this one. This is probably the most excited I've been about a football game in a couple years, since 2019 for sure. But what a performance. Offensive line. You have Colt McKivitz, Tom Compton starting at tackle, 2 backup tackles, no Trent Williams. They're missing their best player today. And they come up, and the offensive line had a very, very good performance. Now, Von Miller, Aaron Donald, they had a couple just huge plays. Leonard Floyd as well. But overall, I mean, you're able to run the football. You're able to come back in a game like this, give Jimmy enough time across the middle. Ayuk was carving them up. Deebo carving them up. I mean, talk about a guy, just a side note for Deebo Samuel, talk about a guy who every single time his team needs a huge play, he comes up with it. He is an incredible player. And the Niners have a young superstar in Deebo Samuel. So another great performance by him. He comes up with the 2 biggest plays of the afternoon to really put the Niners in a great spot. That passing touchdown was sweet. I mean, you saw everyone fly down to the ball, and he hits Jauan Jennings. But this has been a really exciting team, and I don't know how they got away with this one. But wow, it was really sweet to see. Looking into defensively, it felt like early on they were just getting killed by Cooper Kupp. You had Jimmy Ward on Cooper Kupp. You had Dante Johnson on Cooper Kupp. Dante Johnson was getting torched early on, and then they get Jimmy because Jimmy's probably saying, I got him. I'll man up on him. You see Jimmy in a great spot multiple times, and Cooper Kupp, Matthew Stafford, that combination was working really, really well today. Niners are able to withstand it, though, and they hang in there. They come away with a massive victory to clinch the playoffs. If they don't win, they don't make the playoffs because the Saints absolutely routed the Falcons. And at the same time, I'm pretty sure almost everyone had both those games going, but I had it in the background. And it was just, about an hour into the games, it's looking like there's no shot that the 49ers are going to make it. But it was really special to see them come away with this one. So just wanted to give my quick reactions on this video to come out here. But either tomorrow or Tuesday, I'll be on with Aiden, who, if you guys haven't listened to, he's my co-host. He comes on here a lot to talk Niners football. And we'll be talking about this game a little bit, talking about Jimmy Garoppolo's performance, just across the board, the whole team's performances. And then we'll be doing some previewing for this Cowboys game because that's a very, very exciting one. And I'm a young 49er fan, so I don't remember all the amazing Cowboys-Niners moments, but hopefully we get to see another one this next week here. maybe Monday Night Football, playoff football. I think that's probably the most likely spot for it, just because primetime games. I mean, you have two powerhouse fan bases. Oh, one side note. I'm not in LA right now, but for all the 49er fans that are in LA, that was awesome to see on TV. It is covered in red. The crowd is completely covered in red. There was a call, the PI call on Emmanuel Mosley at the end of the game, and the crowd is so loud booing. It was a 49ers home game at what now people are calling Levi South. I absolutely love that. I think that's amazing. But love to see the Niners fans repping the red and gold in LA. So huge win, amazing performance. Got to give Jimmy Garoppolo props as well. I mean, it looked really, really bad early on, and he had a couple plays that were really tough. He sticks with it, comes away with a huge win. And yes, this is Trey Lance's team moving forward. I'm not denying that. I know that is going to be the case. I'm pumped for the future of Trey Lance, but right now it's pretty obvious they're going to rock with Jimmy. And hopefully it takes them really far. But I mean, what a win today. Super pumped about it. And I'll be talking about this Cowboys game, talking about this Rams game later on here in the week. So if you want to get that content, make sure to subscribe. But that's going to do it for me today. Stoked that the 49ers won this game and happy that they've clinched a playoff berth this year, because that wouldn't happen. That would have been a pretty disappointing season, but they get it done, and what a comeback this game was. So I'll talk to you guys later this week. Thank you all for listening, and go 49ers.